All right, awesome. Let's see. So today we're going to be looking at a new article. Um, so using the techniques we've been looking at for the last whatever three weeks, and this article it's going to be a little bit different. So our approach is also going to be, oh, it's the same basic approach, but as you'll see, when we apply it, the result will be a little different, I think. So since I haven't read this article yet, we're going to be looking at it together and making decisions about how we will be reading it. So let me make sure my chat. And by the way, if you have questions, interrupt me at any time with questions related to what we're discussing here or anything related to English or reading academic English, all that kind of good stuff. All right. So what I need to do now is do a screen share, and we can get started with this article. Screen share, screen share, screen share. I think it'll work like this. All right, so uh-oh, did I put it on the wrong? Let's make sure I have it on the correct screen. Dun, 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 dun. I guess so. I guess that's right. This is the... Yeah, okay, great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I've got too many screens going on here. Great. So what I mean, when I'm saying that it's different, is the first thing to notice about this article is that it's much longer. In fact, if you look down here, this is 6 pages. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, big gap here, though. What about that one? No, I see. There's okay, and there are pictures. So we've got some pictures, and it's 6 pages. I also know, since I know where I got this from, that this is from CNN. So it's not a university. This isn't a peer-reviewed scientific published report. This is a journalistic publication, right? So CNN Business. Right. So I know I'm not dealing with science this time, as we looked at science or medicine last time. This is having to do with business, but journalistic. It's a journalistic thing. Oh, how can I move I think I did this last time. Oh, there we go. So I can look like that. I can look at the camera. It takes me a while to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, great. So let's talk about this. All right. So as before, we're just going to start with the title. And remember that the goal here isn't just to read through the article from beginning to end, but to quickly get a sense of the general idea, find out, make guesses what we think we're going to learn. And then we might decide, no, this article is not interesting, or this article doesn't have the information I need, or it has information I need and it's in this one section and I don't need to read all of it. Because we're going for speed and efficiency. We don't want to spend a lot of time and energy reading things that we don't need or we're not interested in. Okay, so let's start with the title. So here we go. Here's the title. These artists found out their work was used to train AI. Now they're furious. Okay, so that's our title. So there's a couple of things I notice right away. First of all, we have this word, artists, which that explains all this. We've got some artwork in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? Okay, so we've got 4, looks like pieces of art. And so that makes sense for the whole artist thing. So it's 6 pages, but I see that there are pictures, and I see that we also have some of these, look at that, angry artists, offering artists more control. So angry artists, so we've got the word artist here, and angry artists. I thought there's one, oh, here we go. When fine art becomes data, art here. Okay, so just by looking at this title, scanning through, we see pictures of art, we see the word art and artist come up again and again. So we can be pretty confident at this point that this is related to art, but also, because we know that it's CNN Business, that it's probably related somehow to business, maybe selling. Okay, great. Artists found out their work was used to train AI, which is, of course, artificial intelligence, and now they're furious. What is the meaning of the word furious? Furious, of course, angry, right? So they're furious, they're angry. And as we've seen down here, one of the headings was Angry Artists. So the title is pretty straightforward and easy to understand. So what do we expect to learn? What do we expect that the focus of this article is about? So it's just a statement. Artists found out that their work was used to train. What does that mean, to train? So to teach, right? So they're to train or to teach the algorithm, to teach AI. And they're angry about it, right? And now they are angry. Okay, I understand. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know why we need 6 pages to explain all of this. So that's why I'm interested. I'm interested in knowing what it is that they're focused on. When we looked at the headings, so because it's about business here, then probably having to do something with money. I saw the first heading, when fine art becomes data, we have data, data being sold, data being used by big tech is a interesting topic. So I guess it's a discussion, since we have different examples, these 4 different examples, then maybe we're just getting the opinions of the artist. What I don't want to see is 6 pages of just artists complaining. I'd like some analysis. I'd like to see if we can take this conversation beyond just the art and maybe talk about people's data in general, maybe. So this is a real interesting section to me here, when fine art becomes data. This first part, I think we understand that they're angry. Yeah, they're angry artists. Okay, I already know that. I probably don't need to spend much time on that. Now, this is interesting. Offering artists more control. Why is this interesting? Because maybe this is offering some kind of a solution. So I don't know if I'm going to get an in-depth analysis in this article, but it's more like just kind of kicking ideas around. All right. Well, that's enough just by kind of looking over the article. I want to now look at the first paragraph, last paragraph, and then I for a similar treatment with these sections as well, as to kind of take each one of these separately. And I have a pretty clear idea of what's going on, but maybe I'll be surprised. Oh, by the way, was this yesterday? This was yesterday. Look at that. All right. So this is a fresh article. I think the article, well, let's say, I guess it was a couple of years old, the one from last week, but all right. So let's just look at this first paragraph only and see what we think here. All right. Another sip of coffee here. So it says, Aron Hansen has spent years developing the vibrant color palette and chunky brushstrokes that define the vivid oil paintings for which she is known. But during a recent interview with her, I showed Hansen my attempts to recreate her style with just a few keystrokes. Okay, so what do we learn from this first paragraph? We actually learn a lot, even though there isn't much here. Maybe we don't learn much about artists and AI, but we learn about the kind of article that we're getting into. First of all, this paragraph only has 2 sentences. Okay, not unusual for journalistic style of writing. But also we see that this is probably, this article, as opposed to, let's say, discussing research or analyzing the results of a study, that this may be focused on one interview or maybe multiple interviews, probably with artists. Well, we have artists here, plural, right? Artists. So maybe multiple interviews with artists. Also, the tone, we see that our author has used I showed. So it's going to be not really an opinion piece, but it's sort of like we'd call this maybe a commentary that this journalist is I see here too. So it's from the first person. This is from the journalist's point of view. So we don't have any expectation for this to be a deep dive into analysis. And we expect this to be maybe not so, I don't want to say not so objective, but we understand that the writer is not they're not presenting themselves or presenting this article as being sort of a neutral, objective, authority. If there's authority here, the authority is just coming from this person themselves here. So, but the point is, the whole tone, okay, we're going with I, so I understand kind of what we're getting into. This is a journalist interviewing artists, maybe getting their opinions, getting their ideas. At this point, I have to think, how would I use this article, say, in a research project? Well, if we're talking about AI, we have the 2 kinds of people I see in this article. We have a journalist who is focused on business. What do they know about AI? Probably not much. And then we have artists, angry artists. What do they know about AI? Probably not much. So if I was doing a search on AI, I was doing a report on AI, and this article came up, and I've looked at this article this much, I'm probably at this point thinking, okay, I'm not going to get a good analysis or even commentary from people who understand AI well. I mean, this isn't like, I don't know, Elon Musk talking about AI. Although Elon Musk might be in this article, maybe, I don't know. All right, but it just helps us to understand what we're getting into, and then I can make the decision about how much time am I going to spend on this article, right? Or how quickly I'm going to read it, how much attention I'm going to give to it. All right. Before we continue, I want to talk about, remove that. Oh, I want to get rid of that. I have to go. I guess I could have just deleted it. Right? I can just go like this. Boom, boom, boom. Great. So Aaron Hansen has spent years developing the vibrant, good word here. So vibrant, bright, full of life, like vitality, this vibe. It's like full of life and brightness. Color palette. And I guess palette, since I'm not an artist, but my understanding of palette is sort of the choices of color and the range of colors. So if you, and I believe what an artist holds, oops. Let's go ahead and go like, if do a search here on images. Oh, yeah. So palette is also the object that artists use. Can you show me? See more media. Ah, there we go. So this is called a palette. But also it can be used to describe the range of colors. So as an artist, I might use a palette to paint, but I can also use this word to describe the range of colors that an artist is using. Do they have a narrow palette, limited palette, wide palette? Vibrant color palette means, okay, we don't see a lot of black and brown and gray, but a lot of bright colors. Okay, cool. Can close that there. Vibrant color palette, chunky brush strokes. So chunky here with art, I would say just the opposite of smooth. So chunky, so it's not smooth. We're not dealing with smooth brush strokes. So we can see that the paint is and thick probably. So it's thick brush strokes. Thick and chunky that define the vivid. Oh, okay. Vivid, similar to vibrant. That's an interesting question. The difference between vibrant and vivid. I want to look into that in a moment here. So we'll come back to that. I want to come back to that. Vivid and vibrant, two good words. Oil paintings for which she is known. But during a recent interview with her, I showed Hansen my attempts to recreate her style with just a few keystrokes. All right. And that's referring to the AI. Wonderful. So let's talk about vivid and vibrant for a moment. I want to pull up Cambridge Dictionary and pull this over here. All right, let's take a look at Cambridge. So we're going to go with vibrant. Okay, so vibrant, adjective, energetic, exciting, and full of enthusiasm. A vibrant young performer, a vibrant personality, a vibrant city. The hope is this area will become a vibrant commercial center. Again, I want to say not just full of enthusiasm, but think of it as full of life. You know, the hope is the vibrant city, full of life, Vibrant color, here we go. Vibrant color or light is bright and strong. He always uses vibrant colors in his paintings. So bright and strong. Full of life, youthful, vibrant. Okay. So I think full of life, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. That's pretty good for vibrant, talking about vibrant colors, as opposed to vivid. So vivid, well, let's see. Oh, we can use brightly colored. So brightly colored. She was wearing a vivid pink skirt. Could I put vibrant here? Yes, I would say that you could absolutely put vibrant there. She was wearing a vibrant pink skirt. In that situation, very brightly colored, vivid and vibrant, very close. However, vivid gives me the idea of the word I think of is clear. Really clear, really easy to see. Or let's see what we have. Brightly colored, or descriptions or memories produced clear, powerful, and detailed images in the mind. So I like the idea of bright and full of life for vibrant, and bright and clear, easy to see for vivid. But they are definitely related words. All right, great. So, and very useful for talking about artwork. Great. So, wonderful. So we have these, and we have these two characters here. We've got Aaron. Oops, I don't want to do that one. We've got Aaron Hansen, who is an artist. And then we have Rachel Metz here, who is our author. And there's an interview, and they're discussing the issue with AI. Great. All right. So following kind of our pattern of our approach to the text, I'm going to skip to the end of the article, the very, very end. And we may not understand, I mean, hardly anything here, but I just want to kind of see a sense of where this article might be going. So I don't have a lot of expectations that I'm going to understand this, but let's see what we can understand from this final paragraph. Theoretically, I may eventually owe Hansen some money. I've run that same crystal light prompt on Stable Diffusion many times since we devised it. So many, in fact, that my laptop is littered with trees in various hues, rainbows of sunlight shining through their branches onto the ground below. It's almost like having my own bespoke Hansen gallery. Okay. So this is the very end of the article. We have not read the article, but look at this. It's still centered on, we have our author here, and we have the same artist, Hansen. And because we're talking about business, I'm not surprised at the conversation about money. So theoretically, I may eventually, right, possibly in the future, owe Hansen some money. And then theoretically, this is just saying, right, in theory, so not in fact, but we can imagine, right? Theoretically, I can imagine that maybe in the future, I I will have to pay Hansen money because of the AI art. I don't know what this is. Crystal light, I'm not sure about that. Stable Diffusion, I don't know what that is. That looks like maybe a program or an app, or I don't know. Maybe the name of the AI. Prompt on Stable Diffusion many times since we devised it. That's a good word there, devised. So many, in fact, that my laptop is littered, it's another good word, with trees in various hues. Hues, as far as I understand, is just, I mean, I might be wrong here, but this is just another word for colors, various hues, so various colors. Not 100%, and I don't really, it's kind of more specific to art, so I don't really want to spend a lot of time on that, but just seeing the word hue, I think of just colors. various colors, rainbows of sunlight shining through their branches onto the ground below. So here we have a description of the artwork there. It's almost like having my own bespoke Hansen gallery. Bespoke is an interesting word and one that we should look up as well. So devised, littered, bespoke, I want to deal with those. But what do we get? So if this is the conclusion, I can see my guesses that I made from the beginning of the article hold true here, which is it just feels like an opinion piece. I mean, this is not scientific analysis. I don't know how much they talk about the technology of AI. I don't know about the discussion of data. This idea of owing money fits in with the whole business thing. But because we have this word here, theoretically, it's saying like, well, I can imagine that one day in the future, this thing may happen. But this is not a conclusion of like an answer conclusion. I mean, it is a conclusion, but it's not like an answer. So at the beginning, I was feeling like that this article is just going to be 6 pages of artists being angry and not anything beyond there, not much beyond that. And that's still my opinion now. I look at this last paragraph and I think, well, maybe this is still mostly, it's not going to go deep into the technology. It's not going to go deep into, let's say, law of the rights of a person to own their data. But I could be wrong. There's quite a few pages here, so it is a possibility. All right, great. Let's take a look at some of these this vocabulary here. So devise. So let's do this. Let's take a look. Where is my dictionary? Oops. This back over here. All right, so devise, which, by the way, this is a verb. We want to be very careful to make a distinction between device, which is a noun, and devise, which is a verb. So device, which is probably a word that you're very familiar with, is an object or machine that has been invented for a particular purpose. And I want to pay attention to this word invented here. Invented. An object or machine that has been invented for a particular purpose. So where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is, but my phone is a device, right? Obviously, a device. Object or machine that has been invented for a particular purpose. Now, when I change the spelling, an S in for the C, devise is our verb. Look at this. We have the word invent again. To invent a plan, system, object, usually by using your intelligence or imagination. So to invent something. In our article, let's see, I've run that same Chrysolite prompt on Stable Diffusion many times since we devised it. What is the it referring to here? What is the it referring to? Devised what? Is it prompt? Must be prompt. And what is prompt? So since we devised it, so they invented this. Okay, so they invented the prompt. So the prompt, I guess, for the AI is just the command. It's just the command of if you've done this AI art yourself, dog riding a bicycle, a piece of pizza rowing a boat, and that's what you type into the AI, then the AI generates that artwork for you. So I guess the prompt here is that command. So kind of writing or creating So here really creating, since we created it, since we invented it, since we created that prompt. Okay, great. So that's for devise as opposed to device. Devise, device. I should make one comment on the pronunciation of the two words devise and device. Device is the noun. Device, device. If I put my hand on my throat and I say device, the noun, I should feel no buzzing, zzz, no Z. Device. For the verb, devise, I have the buzzing. Devise. There we go. That's our difference. One has the buzz, which we would call voiced. The other without, which is unvoiced. Devise, device, devise, device. Great. Okay. I want to look at, next I want to look at littered. So many, in fact, that my laptop is littered with trees, littered. So let's take a look. We'll go here and we'll put in litter, see what we get, because I think there are more than one definition. Aha. All right. So the first definition is a noun, and it is small pieces of trash that have been left lying on the ground in public places. So we, at the park, like I live across the street from a park, and there's signs that say no littering, littering forbidden, people who litter will be fined, you have to pay money. So that's garbage or trash. So that is the noun. But in the article, she used the verb. Oh, that's true. That's true. Another noun for litter is a baby animals, kittens, puppies, things like that. There's a group of animals. Dry grass stems. Oh, wow. Don't know that one. Oh, kitty litter. Yes. That's true. I forgot about that. So if you have a cat that lives in your house, that cat uses the bathroom, as it were, in a box with sand. That sand is called litter as well. Okay, but that's not what we're after. We're after this verb right here, verb. To spread across an area in a place in a messy way. The park was littered with bottles and cans after the concert. Dirty clothes littered the floor of her bedroom. So if something litters an area, it means it's just kind of scattered without any organization, without any order at all. So here in our article, our author has pieces of art, I guess, generated from the AI that's sprinkled over her, all over her desktop, or she says laptop, but I'm guessing, this is over on her desktop with lots of different images. So yeah, that's what's going on there. So that's littered. That's littered. I hope that's clear. That's littered. And then last, I want to talk about bespoke. Unusual word, very formal word. So it's interesting here. Oh, that's interesting. We have a UK formal, commerce, UK. So in the United States, it is not used very often, but it is used. So specially made for a particular person. A bespoke suit means it's specific, just like tailored. It's designed just for that one person. Bespoke furniture, the same thing, a chair or sofa that's made just for that one person. Same thing, specially made for a particular person. Same thing. Oh, here we go. Custom made, tailor made. So in the article, what she's saying is that this gallery, which is so the gallery here, which is a collection, or it's like she's saying she has a collection of art made specifically for her, that it's like that. It's almost like that. It's almost like having my own personal art collection of Hanson's. Not just art collection, but they've been devised for her. They've been generated for her. They've been created for her. All right. Good. So that's good for the vocabulary. I guess what I'd like to do next. So it's interesting. Let's talk about these images. So there are 4 images, 4 pictures. Are they all AI? Or are we comparing them? Let's take a look at these pictures then. So this sounds like this must be, oops, oh, confounded. All right, so let's look at the caption here. Can I zoom in on this? Is that the first? Oh, that's not the first one. Oh, I see. Okay, so this here, Crystalline Maples, is a 2021 oil painting by Aaron Hanson. So this is an original by the artist. So this is our artist that's being interviewed, right? So this makes sense. Got the light here on the ground. And then in fact, this image, if we go then to our conclusion, trees of various hues, rainbows of sunlight shining through the branches onto the ground below. That's exactly right. That's a good description of this. So this is Crystalline Maples 2021 oil painting, as opposed to this thing right here, an image created by CNN's Rachel Metz with input from artist Aaron Hanson using the AI platform. Stable Diffusion. So here we go. This is our answer there. It resembles Hanson work, particularly with its colors and simulated brushstrokes. So this is created by the AI using that other artist. Well, they're not equal in quality, are they? I think the AI is close, but it's certainly missing something. Crystalline Maples. It's an interesting word here too, crystalline. I mean, actually, this whole title is an interesting title. All right, but I want to look at those other 2 pieces of art. Let's see, what is this? Let's see, a piece by illustrator Daniel Danger that was included in the training data behind the Stable Diffusion AI image generator. So what, this is original? Piece by illustrator Daniel Danger that was included in the training data. Okay, so this is an example. So this is an original that was used to train the AI. I guess so. This is a I don't know what the quality here, the quality of this, can't really see the quality. All right, fine. Okay. Not so interesting to me, And there's one last one right here. Tara McPherson's A Wanderers is one of her works that was included in the data set underpinning Stable Diffusion. Interesting. Okay, so here again, these 2 are just examples of artists. These aren't AI. So this is not AI. That other one is not AI. They're just giving examples of artists whose work was used. Underpinning, though, I do want to talk about the word underpinning for a moment. So let's go with underpinning or underpinning. So in architecture, related to architecture. So this is a formal or specialized word relating to architecture, but support, strength, or the basic structure of something. So it starts with architecture, but of course we're not applying it here to a building. We're applying it to the programming of the AI of that program. So support, strength, or basic structure of something. Let's see. After a while, we found ourselves questioning the spiritual and philosophical underpinning of the American way of life. So we could think of the word foundation. You know, it's like the foundation of something, something that holds something up. The foundation. He has a capacity to understand the theoretical underpinnings that affect action. Something that provides support, starting point for which something can develop. All right. Foundation. I want you to think of the word foundation. So was included in the data set foundation, yeah, I guess underpinning as the verb here in the data set underpinnings table of foundation. So it was included in the foundation of this program. Great. Wonderful. All right, I think the last thing I want to do, the last thing I'd like to do is just maybe with these particular headings is just look at the first paragraph. So when fine art becomes data, that might be interesting just to look at this short paragraph. Angry artist, look at that. Just and then this one might be sort of interesting, offering artists more control. So let's see. Let's take a look. Is that really the first one? Fine art. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. When fine art becomes data, machines are far from magic. For one of these systems to ingest your words and spit out an image, it must be trained on mountains of data, which may include billions of images scraped from the internet, paired with written descriptions. All right, so it's just setting up. So what's the main idea here? It's just setting up the idea of the necessity of data for these programs. So pretty basic here. Ingest. What is the meaning of ingest? Ingest is just a more formal way, or just another way to say eat. So these systems eat your words and then spit out an image. Images scraped from the internet, taken from the internet. All right, pretty basic. I don't really have any other questions in this paragraph. Oh, interesting. I've heard of that one. Scraping images. Okay. When fine art becomes data. So this section, this is an interesting section. If I was going to spend more time on this article, and I'm not going to spend any more time on this article, but if I were, this really would be where I would spend my time. But oh, legal. Interesting. So this looks a little bit more technical. Got some numbers in there. Not so sure. Okay. So yeah, this section is probably where I would spend most of my time. But let's continue. So angry artists. Danger, whose artwork includes posters for bands like Phish and Primus, is one of several professional artists who told CNN Business they worry that AI image generators could threaten their livelihoods. So this Danger, we've seen this name of the artist is this artist here. So Daniel Danger. So this is a person we've already been introduced to. And they worry, he's saying that they worry they could threaten their livelihoods. What does that mean, to threaten livelihoods? So to put in danger, so Danger is worried that his livelihood could be in danger. So livelihood is your ability to make money, to make a living, livelihood, and threaten is to put it in danger, to be in danger. That's it. Pretty basic here. So they're worried. Okay, so we see issues about money and so forth. A discussion there. Fine. All right. Offering artists more control. this is a possible solution. Let's take a look at this first paragraph. Partners Matthew Dryhurst and Holly Herndon, Berlin-based artists experimenting with AI in their collaborative work, are working to tackle these challenges. Together with two other collaborators, they have launched Spawning, making tools for artists that they hope will let them better understand and control how their online art is used in databases. Okay. So this is for artists who I guess they're, so we're not talking about programmers. This is just a traditional artists being able to control how their art online is being used in data sets. Interesting. All right, so that's a possible solution, having this another program to deal with. But if I'm an artist and I'm not working on a computer and I am working in and I'm, just in my studio, do I want to deal with another program like this and have to deal with another program? It's I don't know. It sounds like too much. Okay, a couple of words I want to deal with here. Collaborative, tackle. Collaborative and tackle. I think that is it. Understand. All right, so collaborative. The meaning of collaborative. Let's go ahead to our dictionary here. Collaborative. So let's see, collaborative, involving two or more people working together for a special purpose. So here we're looking at art, right? So we have two people that are making art, and they're using the AI as well. So we could even say collaborating with AI. Same thing, involving two or more people or organizations working together for a particular purpose. All right, great. That is collaborative, same word here, collaborators for the person. A collaborator is the person. And then tackle, finally tackle. So tackle, which has multiple definitions. We'll go ahead and take a look at that very quickly. Tackle. And let's see. Tackle, to try and deal with something or someone. And soccer or football, taking the ball away, tackling someone, and so forth. All right, so here it's just to handle, deal with, maybe even solve a problem, to tackle these challenges, to handle these challenges. All right, great. Okay, so that's it. That's all I want to deal with this article. As I assumed, it doesn't go very deeply into the technology, but also, as I said, I'm interested maybe in this section, especially if it's going to be dealing with law and something legal, then I would come back to it and focus on that. All right, so that's good there. Let's see, I missed a message. Let's see. Marie, hello, good evening, you say there. I can say right back to you. So if anyone has questions, feel free to ask any questions. I can just put a hello there. I'll be here next week. I know it's evening. And you could also just tell me what time it is. I know for me, it's in the morning. It could be absolutely, whatever, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, wherever you are, or could be in the morning, as I say, as it is with me. So you can, so two things. You can, let me know where you're watching this from, and then also for future streams that I do on this Saturday mornings for me, If you have a specific article or topic or something that you'd like to see me break down in a similar way. Oh, can I, you know what? Let me stop sharing here. So, there we go. So then that's great. You can offer something. I'm always looking for interesting material. Like today we looked at art and AI. Last week I think we did COVID in medicine. Is that right? We were looking at COVID. And then, you can look on here on Facebook that I have older streams that you can kind of catch up and see what I'm doing. And what am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm approaching texts using this reading academic English method of doing a quick overview of an article, getting the main idea, looking at new vocabulary, that kind of thing. That's the goal. So just putting this approach into practice. All right. Very good. Good to see you. Stay healthy, stay optimistic, all those good things. And I hope to see you next week. I'll be here, show up at that time, and yeah, we'll carry on with a new article and a new topic. So I will see you there. Bye-bye.